boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los,
Hollywood Kev,
and welcome to another episode of The Noize on iHeartRadio. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that follow button on your iHeartRadio app. If you ain't got the app yet, download it, quit playing. Be a loyal ear hustler. Also, follow us on Instagram at Beat Network. Follow us on Twitter at Beat_Network. Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Beat Network 1. And, of course, check out all the shows that we got going on Beat Network at BeatNetworkOnline.com.
Yeah.
So that's pub number 1. December 9th at the Classic Jewel in downtown Las Vegas, Nevada. Come party with the Beat Network family at our Toast to Tomorrow shindig, mixer, cut up, lituation, function, and all other words used to associate with a bomb-ass party.
Yeah. You need to be there. Y'all need to be there.
And one of the things going to make it bomb that for $10 you get entry, the sounds of DJ Mase, the Las Vegas Classic, and your first drink.
Yeah.
Free.
So not only is you getting to have a good time, you getting music and liquor.
Exactly. Which breeds a good time.
Yeah.
That's like the formula for a good time. So December 9th, the Classic Jewel on Bonneville and 3rd, downtown Las Vegas. If you're in the city, definitely stop by and function with us. If you're not in the city, make your way to the city, stop by and function with us.
Exactly.
Hi, Kev. Yo, so I really do hate when we don't get a show out every week.
Yeah.
Like it bothers me. But when certain shit happens, like I try to be as understanding as possible, especially when it comes down to personal stuff that we got going on. You know what I mean? With that being said, I do apologize. It is my fault that we didn't have a show last week. Entirely too much was going on.
Yeah. Normally we good about taking the blows from life, but I felt like last week we just getting hit with haymaker
Last
after
week,
haymaker.
we was getting hit with something crazy. We was getting hit.
Yeah.
What's my man, Deontay Wilder? We was getting pieced up and bad.
Yeah. We was taking it.
But it's all good. We are back in motion, back on schedule. The Noize is here forever and always. So how was this week? To bounce back from last week.
It was better than last week.
Okay. Good dip.
Nothing major happened at all. It's been a relatively chill. I mean, the holidays. So I've been chilling this week.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Exactly. Happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah.
And happy belated well, I told you happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But for the people for the ear hustlers, happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was cool, bro.
Good.
My Thanksgiving was cool. Didn't go ham on the food as a nigga my size should have, but I was good. I had my one plate.
One plate,
bro. One plate, and I think I went back for a couple slices of turkey with a little bit of gravy on.
Now, was this like one of those plates that you don't actually eat off of, like a giant plate or something?
Oh,
or why was this only
like a bowl of nachos?
Yeah, why was this only one plate?
I don't know. Like I said, man, someone my size and up, we normally go in there and everyone in the kitchen moves. Like, you realize that business is about to be handled and you're interfering with business.
Wow.
I don't know. This time around, I just,
That's crazy. I had 2 plates off before I sat down.
like, before I even made it to my seat to have my plate, I was already 2 in.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I just, I now, don't get me wrong, the plate was coated. You didn't see plate. So it was a good healthy amount of food that was on the plate. But after I got done, I don't know, like, just my appetite just disappeared. It didn't really, the food was smanging, of course. Shout out to Mom.
Yeah.
The food was definitely smanging, but I don't know. I felt like a one-plate warrior this time around.
That definitely wasn't me. I'm not into the leftovers like I used to be, though.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
I don't know, because the next day, that Friday, I was like, I don't want this shit. There's nothing but Thanksgiving in the refrigerator.
I just had a gang of this the other
I don't
day.
want this. So, but other than that, man, Thanksgiving was Thanksgiving. Now we get Christmas out of the way, and then we holiday free for a moment.
You know what I'm super surprised about? There were no one got their ass whooped this Black Friday.
At least here.
At least here, definitely.
At least here, yeah. That's a rarity.
Yeah, think about it. we're normally one of the videos that go viral because of Black Friday ass whoopings. Dude, I didn't even realize that they had Black Friday sales in the hood Walmarts.
Really?
I was shocked. Now, I don't think they had it over on Nellis. I don't think that Walmart does anything to attract crowds. They know what the deal is over there. But the one right here on Lake Mead, yeah, they had some like 60-inch flat screen smart TV 4K for like $299.
They be getting people with that stuff, man.
Why you figure?
Because all the stuff that they're selling, quote unquote, they just jack up the price and it's surplus shit. Like they need to get rid of it.
Of course.
But hey, I ain't got no 60-inch, so I can't
exactly. I ain't got the $299 for the 60-inch, so I don't think that's gonna be coming anytime soon.
Right. You
know, there's hopes there. I have belief. So all you need is hope. Oh man, speaking of hope, are your hopes high for Derrick Rose not retiring?
I don't know, because at this point we need a point guard.
Yes,
we're dying for a point guard because he's not playing. That means who's starting? Jose Calderon.
Yeah,
he's our only point guard. Yeah, so I, for the sake of us needing a point guard, no, but I can understand what the guy is feeling. You constantly being injured every season. Since you first got injured, every season you've been injured. You probably were like, man, fuck this. I'm tired of this.
Now, I didn't get a chance to look thoroughly into it. How did he get injured?
Nah, from what I'm seeing, it was just a sprained ankle. I don't know how it happened. I haven't watched their last couple of games, so I don't know when he did it.
You haven't been impressed with the Cavs recently?
No, but then they haven't been getting a lot of TV time either.
The Cavs haven't been getting TV time?
No, like for Friday, I expected them to play Friday because there was no games on Thursday. No, they did not get on ESPN Friday.
Wow. Who they playing Friday?
No, they played Charlotte yesterday. I don't know.
I would say that's Charlotte. Why, but
they didn't get no TV time because I remember the game that they did play was OKC and Golden State. They played that game, and then there was another game.
Oh, with the little kerfuffle?
Yeah, then there was another game before. Yeah, so I don't know. I've been able to catch their games because they haven't played on TV, but, I mean, I really can understand what D. Rose is saying.
A sprained ankle, wow. I remember we were talking outside before the show started. I feel like if he had stubbed his toe, that he still would have just been like, you know what, I'm cool.
He could have been.
Done.
He could have been.
He could have got a headache on the side.
It didn't even have to be work-related. He smashed his finger in the car. Yep, that's it.
Right, on the way to the gym.
Forget this. If I wasn't going to the gym, this wouldn't happen.
Exactly. I'd have been at home with my babies. But it's kind of it's pretty crazy, dude. Like he went from MVP, like the next dude, the fastest nigga in the NBA, to the worst wheels in the NBA.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that. The only other person that I've seen this happen to was Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy was that dude. He started getting injured, and it went downhill from there. It makes you think, what kind of water is these light-skinned men drinking to constantly be injured? You don't see that happening to no darkie.
I'm about to say, you don't see the dark-skinned niggas out here getting hurt.
Cool.
No, that's true. If you think about it, I don't remember LeBron having any serious injuries. And he's been playing at a high level from game one.
That's because LeBron is an android. True. We got this established. True. But, yeah, even when the dark-skinned people do get injured, they play through it, like a Kobe. He played through his.
How about we don't bring up Kobe only because I'm still upset by him getting, I think it was $84 million to come back, play 6 games, and get hurt again. Like I'm still gonna get my meals, but this sucks.
Can't hate on that.
I can't hate on it from a business standpoint, but from
because you're not getting paid by the Lakers.
I don't care. Get this nigga up out of here, B. Then I was sad when he retired. But still.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's the equivalent of LeBron coming back. You say his shit, and then when it's in front of you, it's like, okay, well, never mind. You just leave it at that. Now, what I did see that because of this reevaluation, if he does decide to retire, this is what hurt my spirit, what hurt my soul, which was shook up my shonda. This nigga may lose $80 million from Adidas if he retires. Because if he retires, that's he still has a contract.
Yeah, he still has. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
He has a lot of promo left because he's about to miss out on $80 million. First of all, how much was the deal, and how much of that deal have you already got?
That's a lot.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. For $80 million, I'll be out there in crutches playing.
Right. I come out there. Let me play 5 minutes a game. That's it.
Just let me touch the ball. Let me get a solid assist.
Let me do it down and back, and then pull me out.
I can mix one. I could probably mix one nigga, but you know what? I don't think he can. He probably fuck around tearing ACL as soon as he do that step back or.
No, I could understand if he retires, but honestly, I don't see it happening for multiple. I think he got the right people in his circle to be like, nah, man, we just got to go about it a different way. And anytime you stand losing 80 M's, you got to evaluate hard.
You deal with the pain when you stand to lose 80 mil.
Yeah, I wouldn't lose 80 mil just because my ankle.
I'm stressed when I lose $8. 80 mil?
80 mil?
I'm telling you, dude, I could be out there on an iron lung. Just bounce the ball off of my off the big ass machine and let it get somebody out. And they better count that as an assist. Let me at least get my stats up for my pride while I get my 80 mil. But then again,
80 M's I'm playing.
80 M's you doing?
I'm playing.
I don't care how bad I'm hurt.
I'm playing.
I can get shot that morning.
I'm still gonna be there
Still
for 80
gonna be there. I'm gonna ball up. I'm probably not gonna ball only because
but I'm gonna be there.
I'm definitely gonna be there. But he's gonna be there on the bench. Shit, unlike Alabama, them niggas they went through it.
I seen that they had to play with 3 people and they only lost by 5. But I did not know what happened.
And that was from them coming back at that. They were down close to 20 when they was out there with the original 3. But,
so what happened?
I know some of them were injured in the game, so they were already out.
Okay.
And then one of the players got into a scuffle with another, and I guess blows got thrown, which cleared out the entire Alabama bench.
Idiots.
So, and you already know what that means.
Yeah.
As soon as you come off the bench, you out. Well, they didn't expect the whole school, all these niggas with scholarships to come off the bench and just get involved. So they all got ejected. Only 3 people that weren't in the actual fight were the only 3 left to play the game. So it was a 3-on-5, bro. They had a handicap match in college basketball.
That's crazy. You know how tired you had to. You only, bro. What quarter did this all happen? Excuse me. What half did this happen?
Second.
Second half. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't play the whole game, and I think it was into the third and the fourth.
Okay, so you got around 8 to 10 minutes left
of just getting double teamed no matter where you go.
But not only that though, you're running. You ain't got nobody subbing in for you because you're tired.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nobody else is subbing in for you.
And you got to play at an elite level because you want the win. You want the W.
Exactly, boy.
Nah, that would have been the game. That would have been my Derrick Rose retirement game.
Yeah, that would have been
the 80 mil.
The next day, or what day was that? Friday.
Yeah.
Okay,
so wait. Was it Saturday? No.
One of those days. That means that the next day they didn't have practice or nothing. But that following day they would have.
No, they probably had practice that next day.
No, the people that got kicked out did.
Yeah, I'm about to say the 3 niggas that played.
Right.
They got dinner.
I would have showed called practice tomorrow. Right? No, coach. Look, we played all
to
games.
practice.
I'm not
Yesterday's game
was
also practice.
Exactly. You send some food to my room because this is where I'm going to be.
Someone got to massage my calves. I don't care who it is. Somebody got to come massage my calves.
The cats that got ejected. Yeah, they're going to be running forever.
I'm telling you, they probably haven't stopped running. They probably ran home. They probably ran back to the hotel. Like coach got on the bus first, and then they just saw the doors closed behind them. No explanation. just the bus back up.
Coach.
Bus back up. Hey, you 3, get on. So I think coach wants us to walk.
I think we're walking.
Can you imagine though, just being that knowing that is going to cause an immediate ejection from the game? Why would you do that?
It's a reaction.
I see it's a reaction.
It's like a knee-jerk reaction. It's funny because I was around in high school. I remember when they implemented that rule because it got sent all the way down. Mm-hmm. And I remember they implemented that rule. We were actually in a tournament and 2 teams got into it, and the bench is cleared. And I remember they had to be ejected. This was the rules now. It's just a reaction when your homeboys out there. You know what I mean? Oh, my boy in trouble. So they get up, not even thinking. They could be getting up to help break it up.
Really? It wasn't really like from the video I saw. It wasn't really like anyone was in trouble. Mm-hmm. It was more so just, niggas nigging.
Right. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like some of the players could have been breaking up. This is why for that particular rule, they need to really look at who is instigating or starting the fight and look at the people that's breaking up. I've seen people in the NBA get ejected and they were legitimately trying to break up the fight. That's not fair. It's really not fair. You leaving this fight to get broken up by these 5'2" refs and these butterball ass coaches. It's just try to break up a fight between LeBron and Draymond. I'm not getting in the way of that.
Nah, I'm gonna let them have at it.
I'm doing it.
I'm gonna let them go ahead and do that.
So I think they need to look at that rule. But 3 people don't lose by 5. I'd be pretty damn happy. Didn't one of them kids score like 40, I think, right?
I can't remember his name.
I think I saw something. His name was like Saxon or some shit. He dropped 40. I was like, you dropped 40 and you only had 2 other niggas to pass it to.
Bravo, sir.
Right, bravo.
It's horrible. You said you only had 2 other niggas to pass it to. Getting back to Derrick Rose before we move on to the next subject. So y'all got Jose Calderon coming in for him, starting for him, and we saw what the hell he did in L.A. for like 2 days. Who do you bring in now? Like, I remember we had this conversation when it come down to Derrick Rose, and I'm like, y'all probably won't have him that long.
Now they just, from what I read, they had LeBron and Shumpert taking their time bringing the ball up. That's the backups basically. Because I mean, especially with LeBron bringing the ball up, because you can have Jay Crowder's a small forward, and Jeff Green is technically a small forward. You got backups for LeBron. You just don't have one for the point guard. So they'll probably have Bron or Shumpert bring the ball up.
Can you imagine being Jose Calderon? Like, I'm the actual point guard. I can bring it up. No.
No, we'll let Bron do it.
You're here just so there can be 5 niggas on the goddamn court.
Yeah, but you know what he signed up for? He didn't expect to get no playing time because it was supposed to be Isaiah Thomas, D. Rose, and Calderon. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to get no playing time.
Right, IT is still hurt.
Yeah, but he's looking good. I seen some practices. He moving and stuff.
But what's the doctor saying? Because
I don't know what the doctor is saying. I don't know what the doctor is saying.
I've seen cats looking good, pause, in the gym, and then you find out, oh no, he actually shouldn't have been back. He snuck back. He ain't asked us.
Listen. I don't care what the doctor's saying. Let my boy play. If he say he good, he good.
Do you think he'll kind of change what's going on out that way? You think he'll fill that gap?
On a moral standpoint, yes. Because I think with the previous team, you had Bron, you had Kyrie, and the rest of the players kind of knew that LeBron was going to be heading out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So they kind of start to feel that divide. But with Kyrie being there, it's easy. You got a co-captain that's going to fill the void. When Kyrie left, you still got those same players. Like, our best player is leaving. Who do we got as that dude? Right. And I think IT will be kind of doing what Kyrie did on the moral standpoint. You get what I'm saying? So I think he'll probably bring that camaraderie back to where they can get on the same page.
Okay, so he'll be more of a mental effect for the team.
He'll be a mental effect, and he can go out there and actually get buckets.
True.
I think that'll help.
Of course, coming back from injury, you're at least like 10% less than what you were, depending on the injury. And with that hip, that's mobility right there.
Right. But the only thing that sets him apart is he was killing the elite cats. So true. I think he can come back and still – he doesn't have to give 28, 30 points. Mm-hmm. With Boston, he did. I think he can give you 22, 20. And be chill. And this is different too. In Boston, he didn't have LeBron. Everybody doubles on LeBron. He can just chill in the corner, shoot the ball. You ain't got to get hit.
When you're ready, just hit me. Yeah. It's good.
So I think it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good.
That's the gotcha. It's the hope. I don't even talk about my Lakers anymore. I don't even know what the hell we're doing right now.
Y'all happy with Lonzo.
I don't know who y'all is. But exactly what I said was going to happen is happening. I was like, they were going to make sure Lonzo pays off none of what his father said. Like they made sure they keep him locked down. Like the couple games I was able to catch, it was like Jordan rules defense getting played. I'm like, this is Lonzo. He's only okay, right? You know what I mean? But now, but he's getting bullied in the league.
Yeah,
right
I kind of feel bad for that kid because his father dug him a pretty deep hole,
super deep hole, and of course he's blaming the coaches for that.
No, it ain't the coach's fault.
Right.
It ain't the coach's fault at all. I think Lonzo, but he only did 1 year at UCLA, right? If he did 1 year, he needed to do 2. If he did 2, he needs to be in the D League.
Damn.
That's just being honest, because it looks like he just physically can't compete with nobody else.
That's true.
Then he already got that weird ass shot. Like, he getting beat up on out there.
And it's a shot you could telegraph easily.
Yeah, you know exactly when he's going to shoot it. You know what I mean? I think he just need to get adjusted to the speed of the NBA and the physicalness. He'll be all right. Now, them other ball kids, I don't know about them.
Shit, one of them almost caught that case.
Yeah. How you get caught stealing out of Gucci?
Not gonna lie, with that situation, I honestly feel like it was his niggas did it, and he was just a victim of circumstances, just him being there.
I didn't read too much into that, but
yeah, I didn't really either. But it's like you look at that situation, like your family has a net worth. There's money behind the ball name. You don't necessarily have a reason to steal. Your homeboys, on the other hand, who
true, but just because you don't have a reason, I don't mean some people don't do it just because they feel like they can.
That's true.
But I don't know.
That's a different kind of locker room for that one.
Yeah, I guess
Way
so.
different.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't think them ball kids stand a chance with what they dad doing. The youngest one, since he dropped out of school and going to be homeschooled, he might mess up his college eligibility. And he's going to need to go to college because he's not going to go. They're not going to pick him up straight from high school.
Hell no.
And the middle one, he want to steal shit. Po kids, po kids.
And then Lonzo just ain't living up to any of the hype, like even a little bit.
Po kids.
Now, let me ask you this. This is kind of bringing up something old, but I know the conversations are still going on between the two. Do you think LeVar should have said thank you to 45, to Agent Orange?
I don't know. And that's only because I don't know too much about that situation. Like, did Trump have to be the one to go do what he did?
No, he didn't.
Or they would have just sat there, or he was like, oh, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Like, if he absolutely had to, then no, I wouldn't. You have to go do that because nobody else can. If he didn't have to, then maybe he can be like, thank you for doing that. But at the same time, it's like a catch-22 because we know how Trump is.
Right.
So with that one, it's a little strange with that one.
I don't think he had to because he was already out there anyway. And I also don't think LeVar should have, extended his gratitude because it was exactly that. He was already meeting with the dude. They were already having a conversation. Given the type of dude Trump is, given the type of dudes that these people in political power, how they are, I can guarantee you wasn't hey, it was just, these kids, they made a mistake and you already know it was probably some disrespectful ass things being said.
Right.
He probably was burying them niggas and trying to make it seem like, come on, they'll die in prison. Just trying to make them seem like some bitches or something like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it probably wasn't handled in a way that, deserves thanks, that deserves gratitude. Now, I'm pretty sure his word helped speed things along, but I don't think it was handled and said in a way that, I should be appreciative of how you got my son off. Because if anything, you demeaned him. Like you made him seem like he was a piece of shit.
I get what you're saying.
And that's Trump's MO, so I don't see that being any different.
I can see that. So I mean, with in that case, and he shouldn't say nothing. Didn't he go on CNN and say something?
Oh yeah, he had a whole little debate with some dude that was standing in for what's the light skinned dude name?
I don't know.
Light skin, his hairline is never ever crisp. Don Lemon, that's his name. Yeah, somebody was sitting in for Don Lemon. They had a whole interview. And he was basically trying to say, like, the dude that's filling in for Don Lemon just kept trying to say, like, you should thank Trump. You really should thank him. And it was like, why? Like, all the shit going on in the country, I don't care whether or not LeVar Ball thanked Trump or not. Like, why is that his worry?
Why is that
news?
Why
is that news? Exactly.
Right.
Why are we getting this special report? Why is this the kickoff report for you filling in for Don Lemon on CNN? There's
because
all this
they don't
other
want
shit
to talk
going
about
on.
them slaves over there in Libya right now.
They'll probably end up showing what's going on because that's nothing America's really good at is being like, I know it's fucked up here, but look what's going on over here. Now that's fucked up. They've always been good for that.
That's true.
Moving forward, back to Hollywood Kev's favorite thing, hip hop beef.
Yes.
Bar game, battles.
Yes.
No friends.
I love the hip hop beef.
So, according to all the news sites, Cameron on his new tape, he took a jab at Mase. Murder Mase. Pastor Mase.
I don't want to hear them beef.
Well, that's what you're going to get. So, apparently Cameron took a little jab at Mase. Mase responded recently. The Oracle is the name of the record. And the one thing about certain beefs, I like when they pull back the curtain and kind of invite us into certain shit that they're talking about, like invite us into stuff that we may not see publicly. But that's also what I don't like about it because you're telling stories that everyone doesn't know. Like that's whoever was around you can appreciate it a little more. Whoever was in that circle at the time will appreciate it more. But us as the casual listener,
like, what?
And
what are you talking about?
No one has spoke Mase's name since the Bad Boy reunion tour, and then before then, no one spoke Mase's name until he was signed with G.
Right.
You know what I mean? So no one's necessarily thinking about Mase. So when Mase dropped the Oracle, he's telling a lot of stories, and he pulled back the curtain on a lot of shit dealing with Cameron. Fast forward the next day, Cameron disses Mase on dinner time. And again, it's more curtain pulling, it's more getting behind the scenes. And
so this sounds like just a bunch of old ass gossiping niggas.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on.
That's what they're doing. They gossiping over a beat.
It's a shit ton of gossiping. Now, I want to say that it was decent, but the records.
The records.
The records.
I'm going to tell you what was decent. The beats were decent.
The beats were decent.
And that's because one of them is a Hove beat, and the other one was a cool beat.
Right. It was a solid little beat that they got put together. But again, I feel like not being in tune to what the hell they're talking about really took it away.
Ain't them niggas like 50?
I think Mase is like 42. Cameron's probably like around that time, around that age.
What they angry about? I'm not saying 42-year-olds can't be angry, but what's they angry at each other about?
Well, they've been had issues since the Harlem World shit. Like they've been had issues. This just resurfaced because I guess Cameron told a story on his tape, and Mase was like, "Nah, I ain't feeling that. It's time to come out of retirement." He went straight murder Mase.
I will say that I like the fact that it's traditional hip hop beef. You got dope beats that grab your attention as soon as it come on. And you got timely responses.
Yeah, like
we got a response in 48 hours. So we heard two tracks in 48 hours.
And it sounds like it. It sounds like he waited a couple days.
I'm just saying I like that instead of the waiting 3-4 days to say something or act like you're not going to acknowledge it. Then when your album drop, you want to acknowledge it. The beef was 8 months old by the time your album dropped. This is right then and there.
Oh, so you're saying this beef is more so about personal problems rather than publicity and promotion?
Yes, like almost traditional.
Mm-hmm.
We got issues. I like that they took it to wax. They didn't go out there in the streets because they both know street niggas.
But with the shit that they were talking, it almost like they want to take it to the street. Because like I said, they were really pulling the curtain back.
That's what real hip hop beef is. When 50 came out and he was rapping with everybody, it was a diss to him that I used to play a lot. Where he says, what's the name of the song? If I can say the song from my head.
Which one?
I don't know. It was just like something shoot this nigga in the face. And I was like, whoa. And I said, whoa, because that really happened. This guy says, shoot him in the face on a track, and this guy really gets shot in the face. That was personal shit. That's why I like this, because it's personal shit.
So you ready for one of them to get shot in the face is what it sounds like.
I'm not saying either one of them got to get shot in the face, but I'm not even ready for more diss tracks. I just like the fact that it's traditional. I wish it was two other niggas doing it, but I like the fact that it's traditional. They didn't take the IG route,
right? But they still went. They still went to Twitter at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So and then weird. Mase tweeted Cameron, "You still my brother if you would like to be. This was just for bragging rights. #Mase. #the Oracle." Cameron responded, "Yeah, this was fun. You still my bro too. Glad I get to brag. LOL. So when you leaving Harlem again? Tomorrow?"
Did these niggas just become friends?
I don't know, but this was like this happened 2 hours after Cameron dropped his shit. Like literally when you go look up the articles, it's the Cam diss track, and then 2 hours later is this article. Well, the beef squash.
What?
So it may not be as traditional as we would like to think that it may be.
Them just some bitter old men.
Yes, definitely a male menopause moment.
It had to be. There's no way I'm saying all this personal shit and then 2 hours later I'm your friend.
Like hella personal shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But you know what though? I'm kind of not surprised that it actually blew up like this because you saw Dipset just reunited at the ASAP Mob show. And that was with Cam, Jules, Jimmy, the whole nine.
Yeah, the whole crew.
Like, all of them got back together. So a lot of attention has been on Cam. I'm pretty sure that was used to promote his tape. Mm-hmm. But a lot of attention has been on Cam. So I guess when Mase heard that Cam was talking shit with this newfound attention, he probably felt like he had to respond. But I'm not looking for a diss record from Pastor Mase.
Nah.
And then this nigga was saying that Mase was embezzling money while he was a pastor. Like, when you listen to the record, you forget that this man was a pastor. You forget this man did a whole album with no cussing. When he came back
The
out.
single was that Welcome Back single, wasn't it?
It was Welcome Back and Breathe, Stretch, Shake. Let's work.
I forgot about that
track.
I forgot about that track. Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Lord. He made a full workout song.
A full workout song. That was early Tybo.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for it. But yeah, then when he signed with G, all of a sudden he was a hood nigga again.
Yeah.
And then I saw on the Bad Boy Reunion Tour video, he was back to being Pastor Mase.
He confused.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's when you start thinking about, like, what was Mase going through? What trauma has he been through in his life?
Yeah, he got to bounce back and forth. I don't think you can be a hood pastor.
You know, it's possible because I feel like most pastors are former hood niggas. Like,
yeah, but
I don't think all of them are, but definitely a good chunk.
But if they're gonna be a former hood nigga, at least they completely removed from that. He looked like he want to go give a sermon on Sunday, but sell dope on Monday. That's what it seemed like he want to do.
Well, this is the equivalent of getting that $80 million with a fucked up ankle. I may be a pastor, but I'm gonna drop these balls. I'm gonna get this check, no matter what it takes. You see, Mase tried that shit with Welcome Back. Realized that didn't work. I'm going back to being Murder Mase. I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong, but let me go ahead and slip into this Murder Mase era one more time. So you're not looking forward to this Cameron Mase beef?
Nah.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot. I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like we're gonna get a lot of records between the two.
I hope not. At least not. I don't want to hear either one of them rap. I was never a huge fan of either, but I really don't want to hear them rap at each other.
Like, I'm really not looking forward to this.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'll pass on that one.
But it's like, if Dipset really got everything squashed and everybody's back on good terms, you can get some really good features. Like, when they start incorporating their crew into the beef, you probably get some really good features out of the Diplomats camp. Who's Mase gonna go get?
I don't know. But why would anybody want to entertain that beef is a thing?
What else are them niggas doing?
No, I'm saying as listeners. If I'm a listener, I mean, we control if that's going to get viral or not. I figure, why would they entertain that?
Well, it's...
Especially with the climate of hip-hop now, why would you entertain that?
I would say this beef is for our age range.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would definitely be
because everything has an audience for it no matter what, because no one gave a fuck about the Game versus Yuck Mouth, but the people that truly give a fuck about Game and Yuck Mouth, you know what I mean? I mean, it was enough to get talked about. It was enough to get documented that the shit actually happened. So everything has an audience. This just could be for us older cats that actually are familiar with
You're right about that. You're right about that. Still don't want to hear the shit.
I still have no interest in it whatsoever. This is kind of a sidebar, but I just wanted to kind of just bring this to people's attention. So I think Nelly has learned his lesson by keeping real ones around him, because apparently he's doing a concert in Saudi Arabia and it's only going to be men allowed in the show.
He's like, I don't want to have noise, but no, I think they got different laws and shit when it comes to their women over there.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he probably took that show like, nah, I'm going where there will be no groping. I ain't touching.
What song is he gonna perform?
He's probably only going to do the hits. I don't think he was checking for a new Nelly. I don't think Saudi Arabia is checking for a new Nelly.
What if to them it's not even like, to them it's new? Like what if
Nelly Bill just came out?
Yeah, what if it's new to them? What if they just got it? You know what I mean? What if Hot here is a top of the charts over there?
It could be. I'm like, the flyer that they got that Nelly tweeted out is some dude named Cheb Khalid and then / Nelly. And then it's just a bunch of shit in Arabic or, I don't know, Saudi Big. I don't know what the hell it means. Hopefully it's the same thing. Correct me in the comments.
Those breaststrokes of...
Exactly, you know. But so Cheb Khalid must be like a big deal. Because Nelly is his little homie on this poster.
I don't know. Maybe dude is a DJ over there, and Nelly, I don't know. If I'm Nelly, I don't know if I'm entertaining Saudi Arabia.
There's a lot of questions behind this. I'm sorry.
How much is he getting paid? How much is he getting paid for this?
He's probably getting broke off. It's Saudi Arabia.
If he's getting paid for this, then I can understand it.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely getting paid. He's definitely getting a bag for it. I mean, would you go to Saudi Arabia unless a bag was included?
No, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be a very large bag.
A solid bag, right? Because I'm over here playing with fate. Nah, but I'm glad he listens to our advice.
Yeah,
This lets me know that Nelly may be an ear hustler.
Yeah.
But he may have took it a little too far.
Right, when we said get your camp in order, we ain't say go book an all male
right.
venue.
An all male review.
Right. We just said watch who you keep around. That's it.
don't let one chick on the bus. He was like, nope, nothing but nigga. That's all I'm doing.
All of y'all.
We about to see Nelly on the Pride shows. We about to see Nelly next Million Man March. Nelly performing. It's gonna be. That's all Nelly's doing. That's his whole crowd. Now.
Yeah, it's just all men.
Nelly's about to be the new Gangstalicious. All right, no, I'm done. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Shout out to Nelly though. Get your bread, man. Get that Saudi bread. Kind of sticking in the same lane of hip hop. This one we actually may have a pretty long conversation about. So 21 Savage addressed all the OGs of the game, addressed all the OG listeners of hip hop, all the OG innovators in hip hop, the whole nine, about them coming down on the new generation. So here was the screenshot of the notes he tweeted out. Why do so many of these quote OG rappers judge the new generation? They say we make drug user music like making drug selling music is better. What's the difference? What about the fact that rap is the #1 genre of music right now? None of y'all acknowledge that. Artists been snorting cocaine and smoking crack since the 70s and 80s. Did y'all forget that? Instead of judging, how about y'all make a change? If the message in the previous generation of rap was so good, why did so many of our parents abandon us for crack? Why are we still killing each other? Don't use us as a scapegoat. Our music is a reflection of what's going on in our community, and all we doing is using our talent to escape that community. I'll let you go first since I know you have such a special place in your heart for these new Jack rappers.
21 Savage has a line that says, I fuck her raw and make her eat a Plan B.
Oh, that's not even one of his worst lines.
I'm not taking no advice from a nigga that raps like that.
My man said, why you got a 12-car garage when
You
you
only
only
got
got
six
six cars?
Yeah.
He wrote that down.
And thought it was dope.
I thought he killed that shit.
Yeah. I can see what he's saying a little bit, but the only difference is I feel like our generation of rap, when they were talking about selling dope, that was a struggle they lived in. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like we selling dope because it's fun to do. We selling dope because we're trying to pay our mom's bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that's the major difference in the two. And then as you see some of those artists got bigger and advanced in their career, they stopped rapping about selling dope so much.
Right. They started rapping about their reality, but I think that's why all these new kids rap about drug users, because that's all they're fucking doing. As far as what he's, I'm sorry, did you finish?
No, I'm finished for the most part. I ain't, fuck him.
As far as what he said, literally the only thing I agree with is the fact that OGs aren't giving the credit of hip hop being across. Now it sucks. It may suck for hip hop in general, but well, at least for hip hop heads in general. But right now we are at the most crossover acceptable era in hip hop that we've ever been in.
I think that's because the newer rappers got away from talking about their struggle.
Yeah,
they're now becoming a more universal type. I mean, hip hop back then resonated with us black people because they rapped about shit we can look at our window and see
what's going. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's the fucked up thing is because that's what's basically going on now. Like you look at I've never heard of Lil Peep, and this is no disrespect to him whatsoever, but I've never heard of Lil Peep. Can't tell you a single song from the nigga.
Not one. But
it was news, like not just hip hop blog sites. It was news that this man died of a drug overdose, and now it's like it's starting this big Stop the Xanny Bars movement. But you got Kodak and Wayne just putting out Codeine Dreams, you know what I'm saying, the record or whatever. It really goes back to exactly what you said. We could look out the window and we could see somebody out there trapping on the block. You could look out the window and see somebody getting robbed. This is all stuff that you saw. This generation now, everyone just want to be turned. Like if you really look at all the drugs that's been invented since we were kids listening to hip hop to right now, and that's all this new generation know. Like that's all they know. So where I see the drug user epidemic being, worse than what the drug dealer epidemic was. Epidemic.
That's new.
The drug seller epidemic. This one is like everyone wants to be as high as possible, no one necessarily wants to just get high and just, coast the high. They're like, no, I got to be as high as I don't know what because this nigga told me to. So, like, the communities was fucked, but now we're just killing ourselves in general. Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hip-hop is where it's at. What do you say, the most cross-platform, what do you say?
At this point in time, it's probably has seen the most crossover success.
And like I said, it's like that because history. The white listener doesn't have to try to fit in with back then when we listened to hip hop, the white listeners didn't listen to because that wasn't their reality. Mm-hmm. Now the white, I want to be just as high as he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the major reason why. It's not because they're doing something that's so good. It's because they're doing something that everybody feel like they can do.
Right.
And that's get high. I think, again, I understand where he's coming from. The thing that got me the most upset is he was like, why don't y'all get out there and make a change? And we still killing each other. Like in his raps, he doesn't exploit the fact of shooting somebody.
Yeah, that's all he does is kill niggas in his records.
That's where he become a hypocrite.
And also when he says, why don't y'all get out there and make a change, the only new nigga I see out here making a change is Chance. Chance just gave another $1 to the Chicago public schools.
Yeah, where the fuck is Chance getting all this money from if he independent?
That's where he's getting his money from. He ain't going through no third parties. I think he pays a distributor and that's it. He got a deal with Apple. All the Chance, and he has a deal with Apple. And guess who gets that Apple money? Chance and his manager who made the shit happen. But no, that's smart business.
Yeah, it's very smart.
That's brilliant business. Like you're getting all these nominations. You're getting on with all these companies. You got to remember he was the face of Kit Kat for a little bit too. Mm-hmm. So all those checks that was coming in was Chance the Rappers. So if you really look at it, the only real new dude that's giving back to the community, I'm just basing this off of what 21 Savage talking about. That's actually trying to make a change is Chance. Other than that, you may see some of these new cats here and there talk about stop using drugs.
Shit, I ain't even heard that.
But that's only when somebody OD. That's literally the only time.
That's true.
Like the fact that we had to have a legit movement, a Stop Zanny Bars movement in hip hop is fucking ridiculous.
Why didn't want to stop that when Wayne was having seizures every time he opened his eyes?
That was I don't think there will ever be a stop codeine movement. In
no, but it was codeine and Xannies at the time.
Right? Yeah.
They ain't had no holler for Wayne then, so it took for one of their own to now want to.
Well, that was the rise of it because that's kind of what people, this generation of hip hop listeners and hip hop artists, that's what they were listening to coming up. Wayne spitting like that, Future spitting like that, like all this shit was implanted, in their brain coming up.
So Wayne and Future and the acts that are like them were their OGs. That's their J.
And I'm not saying that they, influenced this culture because they at least rapped about other shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But when you look at a lot of these new dudes top 5, Wayne and Future are in there. Mm. If it's not in their top 5, one of them is a strong 6-man. So that's all they know. That's all they knew coming up. And that's all they're going to really go off of. And to looking back at what 21 said, the culture that we came from, it low key bred a lot of businessmen. Mm. We see a lot of the cats that we enjoyed coming up. All of them are doing some kind of solid ass business.
Right.
All of them are investing in something. Snoop Dogg has a goddamn game show. Do you think 21 Savage is gonna get a game show in 20 years?
Nah, I don't see artists like that making it another 5. Honestly.
Yeah, that's the same thing that when Muda was on here, he said the exact same thing. Like this is the genre. This has also been the most evolution we've seen in hip hop in such a short span of time because the genre evolved so much now.
And it happened quick.
Like it literally was overnight. Mumble rap took the fuck over.
Yeah. I don't see it lasting very long. I think the artists, because now you got to look at it. This is where it might be a gap. Mm-hmm. So you got the people in our generation who have kids, right? Mm-hmm. Me personally, I don't let them listen to a lot of that stuff that's being played on now. Mm-hmm. Once the kids that do listen to that actually grow up, they should be out of that. It's either going to be dead or they're going to get their shit together.
Right. There's only 2 options.
Right. So that genre of music, I think, is going to phase itself out. People just ain't going to listen to it no more. Our kids, we didn't allow them to listen to it, so they're not going to like it. And the kids before them, like I said, dead or grown. So hopefully we can let it phase itself out, because just like the hip hop now is the most cross-platform thing listened to, it also going to become the last thing on somebody's list to listen to because of these niggas. So
I don't know, man. It's
I'm saying once the people that listen to it starts advancing in life.
right.
You know what I mean? If you 26, 27 still talking about codeine and lean, you need help, brother.
Well, it's not necessarily impossible, because if you look at it, it's a lot of cats around our age who.
That's weird to me.
Exactly. There's a lot of cats around our age who take this as the gospel for the millennial generation. Like, millennials only want to be known as the turned up generation. The same way you got the baby boomers with the war and all this other shit. That's what the millennial generation wants to be. They want to be the turn up generation. They want to be the generation that ended, the segregation that's obviously still going on, that ended the hate, the new age hippies almost. And this is something that, when you look at hippies, nigga, you look at Willie Nelson, you look at Cheech Marin and Tommy Chong, like, them niggas stay consistent to who they were throughout the years.
Right.
So I don't see a lot of people in this generation, in this druggy culture, changing. But then what I do look at is when they get to where we are, because we never thought we were going to be these young kids and their hippity hop. Like, we never thought we was going to be them. But unfortunately, that's just where we are now. What are they going to consider trash going forward? What's going to be the new culture? Like, at this point, we're sipping syrup and popping Xannies. So, like, is heroin going to be the next big thing? Is fucking cat's going to be up there? You just got my syringe in my vein and I'm going insane. Oh.
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, I guess obviously we've seen how it can evolve fast.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, for all we know, it can turn into a different kind of drug. They're not stopping making different kinds of drugs.
So cats is doing, yeah, like, again, Molly was invented in our adult life.
Yeah.
Fucking bath salts became a thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they became a thing, but they became a thing.
They definitely did.
Spice.
Yeah. Fake weed. Like, I'm saying, like, drugs are evolving with the generation.
Yeah.
So it's because everyone just wants to be higher. I don't see what the, no pun intended, but I don't see what the come down is going to be.
You know what? I've come to the conclusion that if you're a millennial, you're some form, shape of depressed.
Yes.
And you're looking for some kind of escape.
Both halves.
Yeah.
Both halves.
Yeah, and I think you're looking for some kind of escape, whether it be this kind of music, whether it be whatever you do. Mm-hmm. I truly think that's what it is. And I think that comes from us seeing the shit our parents go through.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we was the first, us, and if you got older brothers, they're the first people the first kids born out of the cocaine era.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think growing up, you become depressed, and I think you turn to music like this. So it's a good question. What is going to happen after that? I don't know.
What happens going forward? One of the things I do like about the millennial generation is that, and I'm saying this like as if we're not older millennials, but we've already discussed there are 50-50 on millennial people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one thing I do like about the millennial generation, and this on both sides, is that we are a lot more open now. Like, a lot of artists are sometimes too vulnerable on some of these records, but a lot of people are at least trying to be, quicker to listen than they are to respond. People are actually focused on getting their story out and, not necessarily trying to prevent it from happening to somebody else, but to show somebody that you're not alone like this.
Right.
I can't stand Uzi to save my motherfucking life, but he is very vulnerable on a lot of his records.
Really?
XXX Tentacion, too damn vulnerable on his records. So like this, if you really look at this generation, they have kind of captured what the essence of hip hop is supposed to be as far as telling your story and living your truth. It's just the execution that's just very off.
Right, and again, some of that music just isn't for me, whether I was 2 years younger or whether I was 2 years older. Just isn't for me. I like that you said they're living their truths, and I have no problem with that. Mm-hmm. But I think a lot of the newer cats, they're faking it, and I think the hip-hop heads or the OGs can see that they're faking it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, even the OGs, they was living their truth.
Right. And I think that's why, I agree with what, T.I. always got to pop up and say some shit. But that's why I agree with some of what T.I. was saying. He was like, the OGs need to leave these young niggas alone. And we used to talk about it. We used to talk about it a lot on this show. Like, we would call the music trash. I've gotten to the point that I've had to say it's trash to me because it's not for me. It may be popping. You know what I'm saying? But it's to me, it's trash because, one, I can't relate. And two, this shit sounds horrible. Like, I'm not into this. I'm not into mumble rap. But it's for the people who enjoy it, which is the same way with us when we got real big on hip hop. We came up in the bitches ain't shit era, know, and I'm pretty sure our parents heard a lot of our shit and was like, "The hell is this?" You know what I'm saying? When they're so used to doom, 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 doom,
5 people on one mic. Sliding in and out.
Exactly. So to us, that music is trash.
Right.
But to them, that's the classic. That's the gold records of hip hop right there.
It's crazy because hip hop is so young.
Extremely. Right.
And
very.
To see how much it is advanced, like, it's crazy to me. It really makes you think, what now?
Like, it makes me think of, like, what are people like Grandmaster Cast and Fab Five Freddy and all the old school battle rappers back when this was just something done at events. I wonder what do they think when they look at the game, and did they expect it to be like this? Because think about it, back then, the first crossover record, and I really wasn't even a crossover record, was Rapper's Delight. The first official crossover record was Walk This Way with Run DMC, but the first, hey white people, listen to this, was Rapper's Delight. Considering going from there to where it's at now, I wonder what the true OGs think about it.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. But I think in order to find the root of that answer, you would have to figure out what they wanted to get out of hip hop from the jump. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Did you guys plan to make a movement, or did you just plan to do something because I was bored?
Man, from the stuff that I've seen, it kind of was like a combination of the two. They didn't think it was going to take off the way it did. Kool Herc, he started playing just the break beats, and that's where break dancing come from. Cats dancing during the break beats, and then from the break beats it turned into cats talking on the mic, just getting the party hype, and then that became MCing, and the rest is history.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like when you look at where it started to where it's at now, I say again, at least they have the element of what hip hop is supposed to be, with being vulnerable and telling your story and living your truth. But this is a dangerous truth to want to live.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like the fact that everyone is searching for the next big high, it's killing niggas.
Literally killing niggas.
Lil Peep just died from what everyone said before a coroner said it. No, that nigga OD. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is the generation. Cats just want to be as high as possible. What's wrong? Just smoke hella weed. Eat an edible by yourself.
Right. And what's crazy about the Lil Peep situation is, I think in a video, his friends thought he was just asleep.
Yeah.
That's disturbing to see. This guy is dead.
Slumped.
But his friends are so used to that happening, they thought he was, who's no telling if he could have got help, in time.
Yep.
That's wild.
And that is a scary thing, because a lot of times cats that do codeine and all that other shit, when they're ODing, they don't have no reaction. They just slowly begin to die, basically. You know what I mean? Or they go to sleep and don't wake up. You know what I mean? Wild. So that's what I'm saying. It's too scary. Like I've never had a blunt and just felt like, well, this is it. This is it. Like now, granted, I've had an edible to that's why I keep saying, like, man, y'all just eat an edible by yourself. Yeah. I had a Danky, which is an edible Twinkie. Back in grad school, back when I was in Frisco. I didn't know shit about edibles. The first time I had an edible, my cousin gave me a Cocoa Puff edible back in LA, and I smashed that shit dolo. I was high, but I was like, this is straight. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can eat this whole Twinkie. Wrong. Man. I was so high I couldn't go to sleep. I had to go for a walk, bro.
So I'm saying to go tire himself out.
I had to go tire myself out. I was, and I'm saying, but think about it. I was so high that I couldn't sleep. Why do anyone want to be higher than that? I don't want to relive that ever again. This cat's like, well, you couldn't sleep while I was so high. I thought I was sleeping.
Yeah, and yet these kids, they want to get higher. I truly wonder why is that?
Because it's the thing to do. Like everyone can talk all day. When it comes down to what's popular, like when it comes down to hip hop and everybody, when cats was rapping about, drug selling and, the murders and shit going on in the hood. I'm not saying it didn't influence at least some people, but it wasn't the thing to do, quote unquote.
Right.
Everybody wanted to be gangster, but niggas wasn't jumping up to be gangster.
Exactly. You saw that a lot.
Now, niggas like, oh, but I can go get some drugs, though. So now it's the thing to do. It's popular. It's in demand. So, and that's something I saw in Frisco. It was low-key niggas' mission to get higher. Well, my first roommate out in San Francisco, I bought this nigga a bag of chips from the store across the street because I was already going there. And I'm like, you know what? He's quiet. He's my roommate. I'm at least try to break the glass.
Right.
You know what this man offered me as a thank you? He was like, you ever tried acid?
What?
Exactly. I'm like, bro, I just gave you some chips.
Just some chips. That's it.
We don't have to take that kind of trip as friends. You know what I'm saying? And then he showed me a video where they explain how to handle acid. You'll be sitting around for like 3-4 hours and then boom, you're high. Just out of nowhere. The shit starts getting real. Why do you want that? Why do you want it to suddenly hit you? What if you're just doing something you forgot you dropped acid like 4 hours ago and you just outside and all of a sudden a blue bunny comes skipping across the street and you start seeing clouds fucking flying like birds?
With that type of drug, I'm always too scared to do that drug. I don't want to be sitting down and see a toaster start melting.
Exactly.
That's going to freak me the fuck out.
The wall starts talking to you and shit.
That is going to freak me out. I would literally lose my shit. I don't want to be high like that.
Now, apparently every trip isn't like that, but it only takes one bad trip to have a bad trip.
And the fact that you can't pick your kind of trip, chances are that one could happen to you.
You're at the mercy of the drops.
Exactly.
Or whatever the hell it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm good on that.
And the same thing, like when cats talking about when they sip syrup, I don't see people sip syrup and then go be productive. I've seen a lot of people. I've been one of the people to face a blunt to myself and then go have a whole ass day. I don't see people get leaned out and be productive afterwards. It's like, nope, I'm in this chair until I decide to move.
Exactly.
If I take a nap, it's going to be in this chair. I ain't leaning on shit. It's going to be in this chair. Like, I don't see the reason of being that high. And that's why I don't agree with what 21's talking about, because, yeah, in the black community, we are killing each other. And that is definitely something that does need to stop. And it may have some influence from the older generation. Now, so to combat that, we're going to kill ourselves.
Right. Y'all going to kill me, so I'm going to just get high and kill myself.
How can you sit back and say all this negative shit about what it was before and then say, what's the difference? Like, nigga, exactly then. So that means you're part of the problem. All you did was create a new problem.
Right. You created a bigger problem.
If that's what we're speaking on, all you did was create a bigger problem because niggas are killing themselves a lot quicker than killing each other now. Unless you're talking about Chicago.
I seen this was like last week. I seen that they had like a whole 30-something hours where nobody got murders happened, and they were like happy about that.
The fact that that's news lets you know everything you need to know, man. Hey, neither of us are from Chicago, but pray for Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like the purge every day out there, Logan. From what it seems like, at least from how they're reporting it.
From how they're reporting it,
it seems like shit goes down every day.
For all we know, it could be, sunshine and rainbows over there. I don't know.
You said they got their own shit. They got that drill music out that way. So that is definitely influencing the culture to do crazy shit. So if there was anything that did need to go in hip hop, it probably should be drill music for sure.
I'm not 100% fluent in that genre.
Chief Keef.
Never will be 100% fluent in that genre.
But yeah, man, that's that it does suck to be in a place where drug culture is so present, and especially and I hate to get on my Malcolm X shit, but this gives white people the opportunity to literally say that our music is killing their kids. Because
you're absolutely right.
Hip hop, the reason cats go platinum is not because of black people. Black people don't buy records.
You're absolutely right.
Those are a lot of white dollars, and a lot of these white kids. It's officially cool. It's a trend to be black now. So they're following the trend. Like I was just talking to Jay Lyons about this the other day. Remember when Eminem came out and he was just such an enigma? He was like, oh my God, a white rapper that got bars. Now, nigga, it's like 12, 13 white rappers in the league right now.
Yeah.
And all of them have some kind of a buzz. You know what I mean? So it's like this is the most crossed over we've been in years.
You're absolutely
so
right.
Now that you got the drug culture.
Shit, probably the most crossed over we've been since Eminem.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. And like now that people have the opportunities to say that your music is killing our children, and the last thing anybody want is for niggas to come at hip hop again.
Right.
Remember, like at one point, people tend to forget They tried to ban hip hop, and it
Tried
went
to
on
censor
for
hip-hop,
a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
What was it, Dolores Tucker?
Yeah.
She was on it.
She was not playing around.
She wasn't playing no game. So it's like, I don't think everyone needs to get on the mic and just sound like Lupe, but
Right.
you know, there has to be a different way to live your truth and not promote the shit. You know what I'm saying?
But can we really say that these newer artists are promoting their truth? Because if we're going by what you said and what 21 said, it sounds like they get on the record and just be vulnerable. You know what I mean? And it sounds like it's hitting other people. It's, like you said, it's letting other people know that there's somebody else out there who feels the same way.
Right.
And well, I guess maybe it is promoting truth. 'Cause I guess they're talking about what they do to cope.
But that's it. They're not even talking about how they really cope. They make it seem fun. Like, you'll probably get one or two records where they kind of squeeze in, I'm doing this to ease the pain. But other than that, it's just like, hey, drugs are fun. You should do it too. And Liz was like, I will. And 9 times out of 10, that listener name was like Dylan. Jacob. On his way to dinner. You know what I'm saying? So it's a rough look, man. And again, we sound like old niggas, but
We're in a weird spot. Our generation's in a weird spot when it comes to music. We
Look,
are in like a weird spot because it's like, do we listen to the newer acts because we love hip hop that much, or do we just put up with the fact that the people that we grew up with really don't put out music no more?
To really look at it, cats that are considered adults right now, and I found this out going to the gas station the other day. Cats that are considered adults right now were born in 1999.
Wow.
Yeah. Anybody born November 26, 1999 is 18 right now.
That's crazy. And they miss the golden age of hip hop.
Yep. Some of these cats that are 18 right now were born 3 years after Pac was killed, 2 years after Big was killed. These cats were born into the white tea generation. You know what I mean? So
Just about by the time they got up there, yeah.
Like the way that we named that one episode, Whack Raps and Age Gaps, that's really what it is. Like there's just that's the midpoint right there.
That's wild when you think about it. And that leaves you only thing to think about is what next.
Yep. Because a lot of the cats coming up now are looking at these dudes. And now everybody wants to rap like the Migos.
They have a fucking commercial. It's a commercial on our radio station where the guy, I forget what he's selling. It might be like stereos or something. Where he's rapping a whole verse just like the Migos on.
Oh yeah, I heard that whack ass commercial.
Yeah, I was like, did he get clearance for that? Like, can they do that?
I guess because it's local. Like,
Can they do that?
Anybody know the Migos here? Anybody got Quavo number?
I was just like, wow, that's really a thing. This is why I don't listen to R&B right now. I'm cool over there in the R&B world. I'm straight. I get my music when I want it. I get the substance when I need
R&B
it.
low key is a whole nother conversation. Like R&B,
But I'm good over there.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong.
I'm
We
straight
got
over
some
there.
solid ass R&B records, but man, we definitely are far past the "I Love You" record. That was just like,
yeah.
I'm trying to get this poon.
Yeah. When you got a song called "The Weekend," when she like, no, you can have her throughout the week, but I'm
got
for the
The Weeknd,
weekend.
exactly.
When you got a song like that song is hot, by the way. But when
That
you got a
song's the
song
shit.
like that,
That it is.
it definitely is strays far away from "I Love You, Girl."
Oh, yeah.
Can I talk to you?
Super far.
What's your name?
Super far.
All those tracks like that, you ain't getting that.
At all. This was a fun episode.
Yeah.
I think we definitely covered a lot. Got some real good insight.
Yeah.
Kev, let people know where they can find you.
_ Hollywood Kev on Twitter, _ Hollywood Kev on Instagram. I may have a new Instagram pretty soon. I'm debating on starting over on Instagram, so be on the lookout for that.
It's good. Sneak preview to Instagram.
Yeah.
At Big Los UTC on Twitter, Big Los IG on Instagram. Follow me on Snapchat. I think it's just Los actually on Snapchat. Now I'm thinking about it. But either way it goes, follow me on there. You can follow me on Facebook as well. Make sure you go to beatnetworkonline.com and stay up to date with everything we got going on. December 9th at the Classic Jewel Toast to Tomorrow Party. Get your tickets at Eventbrite. You can go to the actual Beat Network Facebook page, facebook.com/BeatNetwork1. Click on the link and you can get your tickets there. It's $10, $12.71 with taxes and fees through Eventbrite. No, we are not charging $12.61 to get to our party. That is just tax from the actual website. So definitely make sure you check that out. Make sure y'all check out Back to the Classics. Jay Alonso just dropped a new episode with Kay. Make sure you check out the reality TV episode coming up soon this Wednesday. Your favorite guilty pleasures from your favorite podcast hosts. Pillow Talk and Like Water for Chocolate are still on their season just ended not too long ago, so they're still on their hiatus, but they will be back very, very soon. And, of course, all the new content coming at you. It's going to be a really good year, folks. It's going to be a really good year. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.